viewers, it's time once again for another Fear Street review, and this time I actually have from the Sagas spin-off, the very first book actually, A New Fear, so a direct sequel to the last of the trilogies back in '93, The Burning. So this one continues off from where, if you had read that book, where Nora the narrator left off. This continues off from there. And if you can judge by both the title here and the tagline, you would know that her story continues with her own spawn, pretty much, here. So here's the back cover here. The Fear name brings fortune and doom. The dark power of the Fear family consumes all those connected with it, the Fears, those they love and hate, the entire town of Shadyside. All are tainted forever by the evil of the family's curse. No one can escape. Nora Good and Daniel Fear hope to end the curse of the Fear family, but on their wedding day, a horrible fire swept through the Fear mansion, taking the life of every member of the doomed family except one, a new Fear, the child of Nora and Daniel. Will he be able to live his life untouched by the evil of his family, or will the dark forces claim yet another Fear for their own? So like I said, this is a Sagas book, and I really enjoy the Sagas, if in for that they are kind of partially a historical fiction because it takes place in the old days, but also is because these books here tend to be a bit more graphic in their details and on the killings really, and supernatural driven. I mean, that's not too bad. Usually in a Fear Street, they tend murders and plot-wise tend to be more realistic, but supernatural, I guess in this case it works well with the Fear family since dark magic is involved in it. So yeah, the cover is kind of cool really. You see Nora and Daniel here in a very eerie, haunting setting of the Fear cemetery plot really. So as a saga, this is the first one in book in the spin-off series, and I really thoroughly enjoyed it. It's a little long, or at least long as what the early Fear Street books were like, in that it is, let me see here, 166 pages pretty much. So that's kind of almost back into the lengthy. It gives good enough detail. It's split into two parts, but they are connected, so you don't have to deal with any mystery there. They follow along each other actually. I thoroughly enjoyed this, mainly due to the fact that the rather scary factor in this was definitely built up a lot better, and the mystery was actually kind of very cool. You get to see more into other people's minds with this book actually. My only real complaint about it is that the ending, like most in this series, the ending is pretty rushed. I would say if it could take a few more pages to build up to that ending rather than make it so immediate, because it just felt like you were leaving a lot to be answered still actually with this. Unfortunately though, the Sagas books do not continue off each other, as their timeline date varies in between and before. So that's why. So this story doesn't really continue unless, minor spoilers, if you would like to know a small bit of continuation, is in the Fear Park trilogy actually. That I may do in the future. But overall, if you guys are Fear Street fans and haven't heard of their spin-offs that they had back in the day, you should definitely check it out, especially the Sagas. I really enjoy the Sagas. Most people seem to ignore them, but I would prefer these definitely over the original series, to be honest. I enjoy the Sagas a lot. They tend to be better written in a way, even though what I said about the flaws in this one, they are still, to me, better written than the original series actually. So that's kind of cool. So anyway, I hope you guys check out this book, and if you're new to the Fear Street, maybe this is the one that will make you a fan actually. I hope you guys like my review. Thank you and goodbye.